The Golan Heights is one of the most beautiful places in all of Israel with incredible ancient and modern history. Shalom, my friends. This is the Kiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. The Golan Heights, part of Israel's most northern region, bordering both Lebanon and Syria. It goes back thousands of years to the very, very beginning of Israelites dwelling in the land of Israel. When they first came into the land after their 40-year journey through the desert from Egypt, and they entered into the land, crossing the Jordan River, and they allotted all the different pieces of the land to the different tribes, the Golan Heights was part of that. In fact, we know from the stories of the Bible that there were tribes that didn't want to go over the Jordan River. They wanted to stay on the other side, Gad and Reuben. And then Manasseh said, well, we kind of like this area too. And they split themselves between both inside of Israel and on the other side of the Jordan River. And when you look at a map, so to speak, according to the verses from the Bible, where the different tribes dwelled, we see that half of Manasseh dwelled in what we call the Golan Heights today. So we have ancient Jewish history in the Golan Heights, the area just north of the Sea of Galilee and to the east, up on a ridge, on a slanted plateau, technically. A beautiful, beautiful area with, again, thousands of years of Jewish history going back to the very beginning of Jewish history in the land of Israel. And throughout the generations, throughout the centuries, there was all kinds of different history going back to the Talmudic times, 1,500 years ago to 2,000 years ago. There were many, many villages that were built on the Golan Heights, Jewish life really thriving there. Archaeology in our modern day times has found many different synagogues and places of study, different communal buildings all throughout the Golan Heights, showing us just how rich of a Jewish life there was going back about 2,000 years ago. One of the most famous places that archaeologists found is a place called Gamla, which was situated on top of a mountain that looked like a camel's back. That's why it's called Gamla. In Hebrew, camel is Gamal, so Gamal, Gamla. And this village, in which thousands of Jews lived, played a very, very important role in the Great Revolt against the Romans between the years 66 and 70 CE. The Jews there, once they understood that they were going to be attacked by the Romans, they decided as a community to take their own lives and not to give the Romans the pleasure of defeating them and doing whatever they wanted with them. So Gamla is a very, very famous place today. You can go visit it. There's beautiful hikes around there, beautiful water, streams and waterfalls, and you can see ancient remnants, including the ancient synagogue that was there at Gamla. Talking about nature and water, in modern day times, it's one of the main, those are two of the main things that bring so many Israelis to the Golan Heights. Even though there's not that many Israelis who actually live in the Golan Heights, 20, 25,000 tops, many Israelis love going there, especially during the summer months, to go hiking. There's beautiful trails, but specifically for the water to cool off during the hot summer months. There's many, many rivers, many streams, many Mayanot, many natural springs and beautiful waterfalls. And it's a very, very unique part of the country, pretty large land area that just really interweaves all of this ancient history, beautiful nature, and modern day Israeli recreation. There are over a dozen different communities spotted throughout the Golan Heights today. And many of them live there because they want to return to the Jewish ancestral land, right? This beautiful place that has so much deep and rich history. As you might know, in the early years of the state of Israel, the Golan Heights was not part of the state of Israel. It was part of Syria. And in the war in 1967, the Six-Day War, when Israel was attacked by Egypt, Syria, and Jordan simultaneously and defeated them all in 6 days, the whole conflict, without going into all the details right now, that whole conflict, that Six-Day War conflict, started with the conflict between Israel and Syria over the border, over water, And also because from 1948 to 1967, Syria was constantly using the Golan Heights to attack Israeli communities down below in the valley. And Israel looked at that as the time to finally defeat the Syrians on the Golan Heights, to push them out of the Golan Heights and take over the Golan Heights in order to restore safety, peace, and security to the Israelis living in the north of Israel, down again in that valley down below, which Israel did within about 36 hours. It was incredible, incredible military feat. Many soldiers, gave their everything, gave their lives even in those battles. But again, within 36 hours, Israel had taken over the entire Golan Heights, and eventually in 1981 annexed the Golan Heights to make it officially part of the state of Israel, which it is still today, obviously. And again, many Israelis love going there, love visiting there, both for the history and for the nature and for the water. And it's an incredible thing to see today in our modern day times, that this ancient piece of the land of Israel has once again reunited with the Jewish people.